say that cab driver, Yola cab driver, if I pick him up and I put him in Europe, how soon before he's he's caught by the cops?
He's not gonna keep his license for long. Trust me on this.
Let's talk about Citroën. How do you pronounce it?
Citroën, Renault, Peugeot. Yeah, the French brands. A car that you would sell here, they don't even try to sell it in France anymore because they're like, who's gonna pay more in taxes than the price of the car? It doesn't make any sense. We did review the new smart #5, for example.
Right.
Now you can charge it from 10 to 80% in 12 minutes.
Sweet.
Nothing. Speaking of lanes, when there are 3 lanes, you stay in your lane. Motorcycles are allowed to filter through lanes. You guys honk all the time, right? If someone honks when you're in, say, Paris, this is gonna end up in a fight, right? They'd be like, what the hell do you want? And people are just gonna... Here, people are so relaxed, though.
Hello and welcome to RevWheels, and today we have a very special guest today for this podcast, and he's here all the way from France, and he's an automotive journalist. I think he can give the rest of the introduction himself. Dries, why don't you tell us who you are?
Well, thank you for having me, for one thing. Really happy to be here with you guys. So I'm from Paris, France. I'm just like you, actually, reviewing cars, motorcycles, a little bit more with tech stuff for magazines like Rolling Stone, GQ, websites. So yeah, a lot of work.
That's nice. All right, that's interesting. I think you do a lot of stuff. Now let's get to the topic that we're talking about, right? Let's talk about a few manufacturers that you have in Europe and we have in India as well. So we have Skoda, we have Volkswagen, we have all the 3 Germans, Mercedes, Audi, BMW, and let's talk about the lower end. Let's talk about Renault. Let's talk about Citroën. How do you pronounce it?
Citroën, Renault, Peugeot. Yeah, the French brands.
I think I'll call it the Indian way. You can call it the French way. That'll make it easiasier. So Citroën.
Yeah.
Let's start with Citroën because I love the name. I love the brand itself too. So what do you have from Citroën in Europe? In fact, let me start with what we have from Citroën in India because it's a small lineup. So we have something called a coupe SUV, which is the Basalt. Do you have that in Europe?
I have no idea what that is.
You won't, because that's made for India. And then we have something of a very compact crossover. It's called a C3.
We have this one.
You have the C3?
C3, we do have this one. And we have the EC3.
We have the
electric.
EC3 too?
Yeah.
All right, okay. And then we have the C3 Aircross, which is like a slightly larger version of the C3. And then we have the C5. I'm sure you have the C5.
We have the C5, we have the C4.
You have the C4, we don't have the C4. Yeah, okay. So that's common. So how are these cars doing there? Can you give us a little idea about it in Europe? Or Citroën as a brand?
Well, Citroën as a brand actually it's quite it's a complicated market at the time in Europe for French manufacturers, but also for basically everyone.
Right.
It's a tough market. Prices are up. Sales are down.
Right.
We have a lot of issues in Europe, especially when it comes to there's a lot of taxes.
Right.
Lot of
which I think is a problem with most of the European countries.
Yeah, it's basically the same in every country.
Right.
And then there's also competition, especially coming from Chinese manufacturers.
Right. Okay, so Citroën in India, I mean, they're young actually at the moment, and as products, I think they started off well, but they were lacking a few features as compared to the competitors. But I think they're making up, and I just think in India they need to market their products more.
Well, I remember that I did attend a press conference from Citroën. I think it was 2 years ago, where actually they were talking about how they're going to try and make it happen here in India, and how now they're starting to design cars especially for this market here. This is not like a car that they're selling in Europe and they're going to bring here. No, they're going to actually design it and manufacture it for India.
That's because India is a very different market, unlike any other market in the world. I mean, you have some specifics that just doesn't work anywhere else but in India. So I think there's no other way instead of trying to make European cars fit in India. I think the right way to go is like this. Just
Hmm.
make specific cars for markets like India,
But
which I think they're doing.
it does take resources.
Absolutely,
It's
absolutely,
expensive,
absolutely.
and like I said, as the market is not doing that well, well,
Right.
that's complicated.
Absolutely, like you said, it takes resources, and because of that kind of investment, you have good manufacturers that have left the country. You have Ford that
Hmm.
left the country. You have Fiat, which is a big brand in Europe.
Well, yeah, it's a big brand. It used to be a big brand,
Right,
but again, they're struggling, like even
right.
more than other brands.
I mean, they packed up their bags here. I mean, they're
Hmm.
with Stellantis. I mean, you have Jeep, you have Citroen, but no Fiat.
Hmm.
So they're off. Okay, let's
You
move
have
on.
Peugeot here.
We used to have Peugeot here way back when they came up with the 309.
Hmm.
I think that car was in its last stages in Europe when they launched it here. They launched it the 309 in petrol and diesel. Now the car was pretty good, but again, it was still pretty dated for India
Hmm.
because it was already a very old car in Europe,
Yeah.
and they decided to make it in India, see if it works, but it didn't. So they packed up their bags too. So we did have Peugeot. And all right, let's talk about we've done with Citroen, uh, quite a few common cars there. And here, let's talk about Jeep.
Hmm.
So, do you have Jeep there?
Yeah, of course we do.
We
Yeah.
have the Jeep Compass. We have the Jeep Wrangler, which is like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
CBU.
same. Yeah, same.
So,
For once, they use the same name here, because it's always tricky to know what car you're talking about.
so it's the
Because
Compass there, right?
yeah, the compass is there.
Perfect,
Yeah, yeah.
perfect. So you have a Compass, which I think again is not doing very well, but as a product, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty decent.
They're interesting, and I would think that they're actually good cars for the Indian market. But in Europe, Jeep is a tiny manufacturer
Right. I
now.
mean, you have so many manufacturers, so I'm guessing it's tiny.
Hmm.
All right. So we're done with Jeep. What else? We have Volkswagen.
Oh yeah,
So again, Volkswagen here. We have the Tiguan. I'm sure you have the Tiguan there.
we do.
We have the
Yes.
Tiguan R-Line. We have a Virtus. I'm not sure if you have the Virtus there.
No, we don't.
It's a sedan basically.
Hmm.
So you have a
It
Virtus,
could be we have it, but
but
it's
it's
not.
named differently.
Yeah,
Right. So it's the Virtus, which is a sedan. Then of course you have the Tiguan,
yeah.
which I spoke about, and you have the Taigun. Do you have the Taigun there?
Taigo. Yeah.
Taigun.
Taigon. No, we have Taigo.
Taigo.
Yeah, it's a small
Okay.
SUV. Is it
So
the
this
same?
is like a sub 4 meter SUV.
Mm.
It's like a 4 meter SUV, but it's pretty much on the same levels as what we're driving right now.
Okay. No,
So
no.
we don't
Ours
have that.
Taigo is
So
smaller.
that's a Taigo. This is a Taigun that we
Yeah.
have. And then of course we have the recently launched hot hatch, which is the Golf GTI.
Hmm.
I'm sure you have the Golf GTI.
Well, not really.
You don't have a Golf there?
Well,
The taxes.
there is something. Well, I told you about it. Maybe we can tell people about it. There is. It's all about emissions in Europe at the moment.
Right.
So, and especially in France. And in France, we have this weird tax. So basically, depending on the emissions of your car, you're gonna have to pay. The buyer is gonna have to pay a tax, right?
Right.
For a GTI, this tax could be as high as 80,000 euros. So basically, a car that you would sell here, they don't even try to sell it in France anymore, because they're like, who's gonna pay more in
More
taxes than the
than the
price
car,
of the
value of
car?
the car,
Yeah, it
right.
doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And even small cars now do have to pay this tax. So sometimes it's
Oh.
just 100 euros,
All
but
right.
sometimes it's ten of thousands of euros.
Wow.
So now the way to go if you want a sports.
Right.
Yeah, let's say it's a sports car like a Golf
Right.
GTI.
Right.
You have to go hybrid. That's the only way you can bypass this tax. So now most, if not all, sports car do have
Hybrid technology,
hybrid
which
technology.
they
Yeah.
use more for performance rather than fuel
Oh yeah,
economy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like Ferrari, the
Like
Lamborghinis.
last week, I was lucky enough to drive a McLaren
Right.
Artois
Right.
Spider. It's just what 30 kilometers range,
Right.
all electric. Who cares, right? No, it's more about performance,
Right.
but also taxes.
Right.
Because
Right.
thanks to this technology, you don't have to pay like massive taxes. Like even a small car like the Toyota GR Yaris,
Right.
you can't sell this car in France anymore. It's impossible because the tax is more expensive than the price
Wow.
of
I
the car.
mean, I think we're a little better off here in that sense.
Yeah,
But I mean, even if we have the cars, we have very few roads where we can exploit them. So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
we're in the same boat
Well, we do have
almost.
the roads, but we have speed cameras everywhere,
So do
and
we.
and you
So
lose
do we.
your driver's license in flash. So you can't really drive fast.
That's.
But we
Oh,
do have racetracks.
don't mind the cow. It's part of the standard equipment. All right. So we're done with Volkswagen. Skoda, I think, is there as well.
Yeah, Skoda is there, and they're doing better and better every year. It's
Nice.
I
That's
mean,
nice to hear.
you have to give it to them. The products, I mean, design-wise, they look really good,
Right.
right?
Right.
They're very good products, and you get a lot for the money.
Right.
So that's why they're doing so good. And
Right.
when you actually look at it, some parts of the Skoda, they're from Audi. Yeah,
We know that
it's
already.
basically the same thing, right?
So
So
Skoda,
why do you have-
Volkswagen,
yeah,
Audi,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Sharing the
yeah,
parts bin.
Skoda are doing really well. A lot of electric products, of course. We do have more and more electric cars
Right.
in Europe.
Right.
So Skoda is one of the big players now. Yeah.
So in India, they haven't been doing that well. I mean, they've been doing well in the premium segment,
Mm-hmm.
but we have the Skoda Superb, which is like the
Yeah,
premium
we have this one
sedan.
too. Yeah,
We have a Kodiaq. I'm sure you have the Kodiaq
we do,
there.
yeah.
It's been here for a while now.
But it's funny because you said Skoda is a premium brand. It's not a premium brand in
in
Europe.
Europe. That's
It's
right.
it's good for the money. It's
Right,
very
right.
but we do not call it a
Premium brand.
brand.
But yeah, here in
Yeah.
India, it's a premium brand because cars are priced like the Kodiaq is about 40 lakhs.
Mm-hmm.
The Superb is about 35-40 lakhs.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you have made for India product from Skoda now as well. We have a Kailac, which I'm sure you don't have there.
No.
So that's a made for India sub 4-meter SUV, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's doing pretty well for them. But other than that, I think, the premium end, they don't have the numbers. But of course, the brand is pretty well known here as, a good manufacturer of cars. Because like you said, they really make good cars, and I
They do,
think
yeah.
it stands here as well. All right, we're done with Skoda. I don't think we need to talk about the big three, which is Audi, BMW, or
We do have
Mercedes.
them.
I'm sure you do, because most of the cars, some of the cars are CKD, but the others are, just imported here. So we have basically all of what you have there. What else do we talk about?
So in Europe, it used to be like back in the, I guess, 90s, Japanese manufacturers.
Right, right,
Then the Korean came, right?
right.
And now it's all about the Chinese. So we get Chinese, like one new Chinese manufacturer per year, maybe.
Wow.
Some of them, they come and they go.
Right.
Like A-Ways. Have you heard of A-Ways?
No.
Yeah. Well, just to put things in perspective, did you know that there were around 500 Chinese manufacturer, EV
Wow.
car manufacturers in
Wow.
China?
Wow.
Yeah. So we don't know most of
Right.
them. Some of them do try and make it in Europe.
Right.
Some of them just, like I said, they just come and go.
Right.
Some did really well, like MG.
Right.
MG is like
we have
a
MG.
big player.
Right. We have MG here in India.
They did that because, of course, of pricing. Like they do price their car. It's
Really well, yeah.
really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a lot for the money. So
Right.
so European manufacturer, they cannot compete. It's really hard for them.
Right,
They can
right.
only basically rely on their brand.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of Chinese manufacturers. So MG now also Xpeng is doing very well,
Okay. Okay.
and of
okay.
course BYD.
BYD. We have BYD here as well.
BYD is yeah.
They've just come in, and I think a lot of products from BYD in India. In fact, all the products are CBU. They
Mhm.
just imported directly. None of them are made here. So it's a little bit on the premium side, but still it offers a lot of value. Even at that price, BYD is offering premium vehicles at very good prices, basically.
Yeah.
MG, like we were talking about, I think MG has quite a few products here, and I think they're doing really well in India as well.
Mhm.
I mean, the value that they offer,
Yeah.
and the features that they offer at the price. I mean, it's fantastic.
I mean, it was even better for them in France because not only did their price were very good, especially for the value of the car, but on top of that, as they were selling EV cars, they could get
Tax subsidy. Yeah.
Yes, and you
right.
would even get money. Like I think it was something like 5,000 euros
Wow.
if you buy an electric car
Wow.
under 47,000 euros. But then they changed the rule.
Right.
They decided that, I mean, of course, because there's a lot of dumping, the Chinese manufacturers are, the government is backing them so that prices are low.
Right.
So what the Europeans said is that if you want to be able to get these 5,000, well, it's less than 5,000 now, I think it's 4,000, it depends. Cars have to be either manufactured in Europe, or no, it's actually just be manufactured in Europe, or else you cannot, even though you would you, get these 4,000 euros,
Right.
you won't get it anymore unless you do manufacture the car in Europe.
Right.
So some of them now are building factories in Europe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
so
they
that,
have to. They have to. Right.
but we do not have duty. Well, we do have the usual duty tax, but
Right.
it's not like they are more important because they're Chinese or
Right.
Korean.
Right.
It's
Right.
the same for everyone.
Right. Great. So MG is doing great in
Mm-hmm.
both places. Let's talk about the Koreans. You have
Mm-hmm.
Hyundai, you have
Yeah,
Kia,
yeah.
which
Hyundai,
is
Kia.
like the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing almost.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course you have the Japanese.
Yeah.
So what about Hyundai and Kia? Like what we're driving now is this new Cadence Clavis,
Mm-hmm.
which is doing pretty well. Which it's an MPV. You have a Seltos. I don't know if you have the Seltos there.
No, no.
So we have that, and then of course we have the Sonnet from Kia.
Mm-hmm.
And then from Hyundai, we have the Creta. Do you have the Creta there? No, it's one of the most popular SUVs
Yeah.
in India.
Yeah.
Every third car, fourth car that you see is a Creta, so it's really popular here.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course you have a lot of offerings from Hyundai. I am sure in your stay here in India, you've seen a lot of Hyundais
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you haven't
yeah.
seen there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I look at the car, I'm like, oh, this is a Hyundai. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I mean, most cars here, which is interesting. The about the market in France, yeah, they're doing quite well. Not as big as the other players, but they're okay. I mean, their sales are increasing, not that much though. I think I don't remember exactly the numbers, but I wonder if they're in the top 10.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Right.
I would have to check the numbers.
Right. Let's
What?
move on to the Japanese.
Yeah.
So we have Suzuki here with
Uh-huh.
Maruti, of course, Maruti Suzuki. Do you have Suzuki there? What do you have in
We do have
Suzuki?
Suzuki cars and motorcycles, of course, but then we only have a handful of cars.
Right.
Like we don't have that many. We have Vitara,
You have the Vitara, right?
S-Cross.
Okay.
I think there's can't remember the other one. Yeah, they don't have that many products. Suzuki
Then you
is
have the Jimny, right?
no, not anymore.
So
Bummer.
you don't have any of the versions of the
No,
Jimny?
Jimny.
No
Jimny,
three-door, no
no,
four-door?
they used to sell the Jimny, the 4-seaters. Or
Right.
was it the 5-seaters?
Right.
But because of CO2 emission,
Oh man,
not
that's
anymore.
sad.
Yep, no.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad because people really love this car, and no more.
Oh, so we have a Grand Vitara here,
Mm-hmm.
not the Vitara. We had the Vitara before, the big one, which was imported again,
Mhm.
CBU. But now we have the Grand Vitara, which is like a smaller version of it. And then of course you have Toyota.
Yeah.
So we have quite a few products from Toyota. You have the Camry, I think this will be common.
Yes.
Between
Well,
both
Camry
cars?
is basically
A
the
hybrid.
taxis.
Yeah.
Taxis are all taxis are driving Camry.
Well, here in India, it's a premium product, the
Mhm.
Camry. And then of course, do you have the Fortuner there?
No.
I don't think you have the Fortuner. That's more in Thai markets. So you have the Fortuner here, and then of course we have Lexus.
Yeah,
like
we do.
with Toyota.
Yeah, but
Lexus, I'm sure.
Lexus is
Small,
it's-
small.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty small here. And then, all right, we're done with
It's
Japanese.
because European really don't dig the design, Lexus
Right.
design. I mean,
It's-
it's very special.
It's really
for
out
us.
there.
Yeah.
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 You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lexus is like that. All right, all right, all right. Let's talk about, what shapes the car.
No, wait.
Here.
Wait.
Can you talk about?
We're in India. What about Indian manufacturers? You didn't ask me about them, right?
All right, let's talk about Indian manufacturers.
Okay,
Uh,
we don't have them. Thank you.
You're gonna get them soon because they're really making some big waves.
Yeah.
So you have Mahindra. I'm sure you've heard of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, I've heard of them. Tata,
So-
Mahindra, but they don't sell them. In
They're
Europe.
making some fantastic cars now. You have Tata, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, they're so big, of course. They have the
Right.
experience. They're making good cars, but no, it's not. No, it's not
So
available.
they're
over
making
there.
everything from EVs to diesels,
Mhm.
petrol, And so these manufacturers are pretty big here in India, and I'm sure they're in other markets like South Africa.
Hmm.
They're in certain parts of Europe as well, but I'm not sure if they're in certain parts of Europe. Are they, Mahindra?
No,
No, not at all.
no.
All
Maybe
right.
Eastern Europe. I'm not sure, but
Okay,
no.
but I think you should try one. Maybe we can get a car from Mahindra or Tata, and then maybe you can try one and tell me what you think.
Hmm.
So, of course, Indian manufacturers are definitely not there in Europe, but I'm sure they'll be there soon.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about what shapes the car here in India as against what shapes the car in Europe. Like you see the road conditions here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's very important that the car has high ground clearance.
Hmm.
You need good ride quality, and then of course features.
Hmm.
As Indians, we love features, and it has to come at a certain value. You
Hmm.
know, you can't just put all the features that we want and give me a high price tag and I'm going to buy it. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So it has to be a very good value for money product.
Hmm.
It's very important here in India. What about Europe? How does it work there?
It's the other way around, actually. So SUVs are doing really well because people
That's the world over. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's more convenient,
Right,
for sure.
right.
Ground clearance is not really an issue because we do have
You've got good
yeah, good
roads.
roads.
Yeah,
Then what's more important, you have either you want to have a comfortable car, which is like what most people want, or you
right,
want something on a sports side,
right,
something like fun for
right,
handling.
right, right,
When it comes to features, yeah, of course we do like features. So now you have to have the standard features now.
right,
Like some stuff, it's not optional anymore.
right.
I don't know, like keyless.
Keyless
Uh,
entry. Right.
uh, what else? Yeah, like some ADAS.
ADAS features. Yeah.
They're actually mandatory by law. So
All
this
right.
is not like optional.
Right. Right.
Um, then, of course, what they do is because pricing is always an issue, especially as, I mean, the economy is not doing so well in
Right.
Europe at the moment,
Right.
and car prices are increasing. So if you want to be able to sell a car to the European people, what they do is basically they sell you packages,
Right.
right?
Right.
Or you don't buy a car cash anymore. They want you to have
Finance it.
yeah, finance
Right.
the car so that they can hide the price of the car.
Right.
So using those packages, you can of course have a lot of features, which is what people like.
Right.
When it comes to all the features, of course, the more the better. And that's when competition comes into play, because what they do is, like, I was with Kia for the launch of the new EV4, and they're comparing themselves to what their competitors are doing, and basically they're telling you, okay, we're priced at this level, but look, we're offering you I don't know, a sunroof, we're offering you heated seats.
Right. Right.
Well,
So I
we don't
mean,
need heated seats here,
yeah.
of course,
Yeah. Of
but
course. You
that
need
kind of
cool
feature.
seats, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Which the Star has.
Well,
So yeah.
cool seats are coming, but they're mostly like for the premium market
Right.
at the moment,
Right.
and
Right.
it's optional.
Ah. Okay. Okay. So that's what we have. I mean, that's the difference between cars there in Europe and India. All right. Now let's talk about what engine options do you get there. I mean, is it predominantly electric? Do you have petrols? Do you have diesels? How does it work there in Europe?
So it used to be diesel, because diesel was we had a lot of again, tax breaks.
Right.
Gas was cheaper,
Right.
but now it's the other way around. Like, they're like, diesel is evil, right? This is so weird. Even though it's good for CO2 emissions.
Right.
Anyway, so it's most of the market now is petrol cars,
Right.
but it's now it's
Downhill.
hybrid are
Right.
really the
Right.
thing. Electric is doing also better and better, but it's still less than 10%, I think.
Even in Europe, it's less than 10%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's increasing every year. Every
Right.
year it's increasing, because two issues with electric, I guess, is the same here.
Charging infrastructure. Yeah.
No, actually, in France, it used to be bad in what, like 2 3 years ago. Now it's amazing. there's absolutely no problem with the
Right.
infrastructure.
Okay.
Now you can charge your car anywhere. It's not perfect, ideal. I mean, you're always gonna have like a petrol car parked on a
Right.
charging spot or something like that. But we
Right.
do have a lot of fast charging
Right.
stations, like a lot. Like you're
So
on the
then,
highway.
what is the problem if it's not charging?
Problem is the price of the cars.
Ah,
They're
it's the
very
batteries.
expensive. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
So
batteries.
that's why you can get, like I said before, with BYD or all the Chinese manufacturer, you could get like 4,000 euros.
Right. So they're priced way better than the.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well, no, they're more expensive. Let's take an example. Audi, right?
Right.
You have the A6 here.
Yes,
Audi
we do.
A6.
Right.
All right. It comes both in electric, hybrid, and diesel.
Diesel.
Right.
Okay.
The electric version is gonna cost you 10,000 euros more than the other version, like
Right.
the diesel version.
Right.
And for 10,000 euros, you're gonna have to stop if you drive long distances, because we do have, like, France is not as big as India, of
Right,
course,
right.
but we do have highways where you can drive for 130 kilometers for hours,
Right.
which means the range is, I mean, the battery level is, you're gonna
Comes
have
down
to
pretty
charge.
quick. Yeah.
So you're paying 10,000 euros more, but then you have to stop, you have to
Right.
find a charge. So it's a pain in the ass, right?
True.
For 10,000 euros more, for
Right,
more.
right.
So EVs are more expensive, and people are very concerned about range, even though it's not really an issue if you can charge your car anywhere and fast.
Right.
Because we did review the new smart hashtag 5, for example.
Right.
Now you can charge it from 10 to 80% in 12 minutes.
Sweet.
Nothing. And I'm not talking small battery. It's a big battery, 100
Right.
and, I think it's over 100 kilowatt per hour battery. So it's got a lot of range, very fast charging,
Right.
but it's expensive, very expensive.
Right.
So that's why the EV market is so complicated. But they're selling, of course, it's increasing every year, but it's not as big as hybrid. For
Yeah, I
example.
think pricing is one of the biggest banes in when it comes to
Yeah.
EVs. I think it's very difficult to get the price lower because everything's expensive. The battery,
Mhm.
all of that. I mean, the components that go into it, and I think it's very difficult for manufacturers to get the price on the same level as an ICE car.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, and you should see the motorcycle market, because we
Right.
do have a lot of
electric
motorcycle.
Right.
Just one example about pricing. I do it's weird. Sometimes you wonder, are you really telling us the truth? The
Right.
truth about prices? Because they're always saying, yeah, the batteries are more expensive. I know that LFP batteries now are cheaper and cheaper
Right.
every year.
Right.
You know of LiveWire, right?
Of course.
Okay,
Harley.
LiveWire. Well, don't say it. No, it's Harley and Kimco. No, yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
it's Kimco. It's
Yeah,
Kimco. Yeah.
It's a co-enterprise.
Right.
So they launched the S2 Del Mar last year in
Right.
Europe for close to 20,000 euros, 19,000 euros, something
Wow.
like that. Well, now today you can get one brand new for less than 10,000 euros.
That's the kind of difference.
They,
$10,000
they
car.
did. They're like, we have this offer. There's a big discount, 50% off. How the hell can
Wow.
you give 50% off if your motorcycle was not overpriced in the first
In the
place?
first place, right?
Do they do the same thing with cars? I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Or
but-
maybe it's just about getting rid of the stocks.
I think that is
Yeah.
the thing. But still, imagine you bought the car last year and
Yeah,
now the
I mean
value
that's gonna hurt.
right,
That's
especially
going
if
to
you want
hurt.
to sell it.
Yeah.
So EV is increasing, and it's not like we have a choice anyway.
Right.
Because by 2035, manufacturer will only be allowed to sell EV cars in
EV
Europe,
cars.
unless they change it. Because now there are talks about maybe we shouldn't go that way.
Yeah, there's plenty of news about pushing it back a little. Yeah.
Mhm. But one thing is for sure, man, we don't have fun cars anymore.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, GTI was
Right.
cool because it's a sports car, an affordable sports car,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's the other way around. So anytime you want to drive a fast car or an interesting car, you can always come down to India.
Yeah. But then you need roads.
Don't worry, we'll find a few. It's not everywhere, but we'll still find a few. All right. Let me ask you this. What do you see? How do you see the difference in driving styles compared to here in Europe? Tell me your idea about how do you find how different is it? How easy will you find to drive here, and vice versa? How do you just pick, say that cab driver, the
Uh-huh.
Yola cab driver? If I pick him up and I put him in Europe,
Uh-huh.
how soon before he's
Oh,
he's caught by the cops?
he's not gonna keep his license for long. Trust me on this. Uh, the biggest difference, we wait. We wait.
Yeah,
If
we're an
there's
impatient
someone
bunch.
like on this street right here, if someone stops, it's a white lane here, so you're not supposed to cross the white lane. Lanes. Speaking of lanes, when there are 3 lanes, you stay in your lane. Motorcycles are allowed to filter through
Right,
lanes,
not cars.
but not 3-wheelers. Not. This is not like mayhem.
We
This
make our own lanes here.
yeah. Also, like this guy just tried to,
Cut through. Yeah.
cut through. You have to wait. You have to yield. You just yield. And if you see a truck coming in front of you, you don't overtake. You wait.
The problem here is if you wait, that wait's going to be endless.
Yeah.
Because after
Oh,
that,
pedestrians. Someone's crossing the street. You have to stop and let them pass, right? I know you're like, well, if there's like 20 people, you're gonna have to wait for all 20 to pass. Well, that's what you have to do, because if you don't do that, you get fined over 200 euros and you actually lose points on your driver's license. So, yeah, be patient.
all right, let me take a U-turn. Now that we're done with that, tell me this: what is the future? Is it hybrid? Is it electric? Or are we going to stick to internal combustion engines for a while?
Future was supposed to be flying cars, remember?
That's right.
Where are the flying cars?
That's right.
Dubai. No, when it comes to ice, it's over in Europe. We know that already. So it's gonna
Sad.
be right now. The future is actually now. It's hybrid, really
Right.
hybrid everywhere.
Right.
The thing is, people want more range with a hybrid battery, but then legislators are trying to mess things up,
Right.
because now, especially in France, you do have to pay a tax if your car is too heavy.
Yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so, but then if you add a battery, like, what is it, 300 kilos?
Right.
Well, electrics, they're not really in that category yet. But hybrids, yeah, they would, like, you would pay extra when you buy the car. You would pay extra when it comes to parking
Wow.
in cities like Paris. So manufacturers are like, okay, you want us to reduce CO2 and PM10 emissions, but then at the same time, you charge, there are more and more taxes because of weight.
Right.
This is like impossible to solve this equation, right?
Right. Right.
So it's quite tricky. And then you have electric, of course. I do think that we will go, yeah, electric. I don't know if you've been to Beijing, but they have a lot, like in
Electrics.
downtown Beijing, they have a lot of electric. You actually don't see any more petrol scooters or motorcycles.
It's all electric. So
It's
I
all
mean,
electric.
even if your short visit here, I'm sure you've seen plenty of green number plates.
Yeah.
That's for electric vehicles. So you have plenty of electric two-wheelers here now.
Yeah, like I told you, I came here last year,
Right.
and in Mumbai, and
Right.
in over a year, I saw the difference.
Exactly.
I can tell there are
exactly.
more
So
and more.
people
Yeah.
are switching because in the end it's extremely economical, and you have a lot of Chinese manufacturers here in India too, and even the big manufacturers, the big players, they've all started making electric two-wheelers and four-wheelers. Even the Indian manufacturers, they're doing really well when it comes to electrics. In fact, people like Mahindra and Tata, they're actually beating the competition when it comes to electrics. MG is doing extremely well with
Yeah.
electrics. They have a few products that are doing very well.
What are they considered here, MG? Is it like mid-range, entry range?
So they're
Entry level?
mid-range. They're mid-range.
Mid-range?
Yeah, they're mid-range, and they make really good cars. I mean, even the EVs, Even the ICE cars, they're
Hmm.
pretty decent. So yeah, I mean, both ways. I mean, even here, I think hybrids make a lot of sense because we're still not at the same level when it comes to EV
Hmm.
infrastructure as
Hmm.
compared to Europe. But even then, it's still possible. It's
Well,
just jumped up quite a bit.
wait, not all of Europe. I was talking about France
Right,
because
right,
as easy as it is to travel through France in an electric car now,
right,
like
right,
I said, you don't have to worry. You're on the highway. Oh, I missed my stop. Well, you know that the next gas station there's going to be fast charging station there.
right,
It's
right,
it's super easy. But then
right.
next door, Spain or Italy, it's not the same
It's not
story.
the same story.
It's very complicated, right?
Right, right,
But the thing is, they can go fast.
right,
It's
right,
like I said, it took 2 years for France to get this kind of infrastructure.
right, right. So
Um,
it's moving ahead. It's
mhm.
moving ahead.
And then the technology is also um, like you've heard of solid state batteries, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah, yeah.
I think this is what the future looks like. And this is probably going to change a lot when it comes to the electric technology.
Right, 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 right. So I think we agree that I think hybrids makes the most sense
Oh yeah,
as compared to electrics or
yeah, yeah.
ICE engines. I think hybrids because it gives you best of both worlds. You have petrol motor,
Hmm.
and of course you're saving on emissions. I mean you're helping emissions as
Yeah,
well
yeah, yeah.
with an electric motor.
And now they put like bigger and bigger batteries in cars, so you have like a
Exactly
range of 100
right.
kilometers.
That makes sense, right?
So you can drive on the daily basis on
Exactly.
using only electric, and it's of course cheaper
Right.
because gas prices are quite expensive over
Exactly.
there.
Exactly. That's the same picture everywhere. So
The only,
yeah.
like I said, the only problem is for two-wheelers, like scooters. If you want to drive long distances, it doesn't. Like scooters are very expensive.
Right.
If I mean, if you get a 50cc, but then you're stuck driving, in a small
Right.
in
It's in a
downtown
very small area. That's
downtown
correct.
area.
That's correct.
If
You
you
can't
live
take it
like me in the
longer.
suburbs and you want to drive like on the highway, it's complicated.
True.
Only a
True.
few scooters can do that.
Right. You need
And
the performance. You need the
mm,
range.
so like
Right.
BMW CE04,
Right.
it's a very good one, but it's so expensive. It's
Right.
14,000
Wow.
euros.
Wow.
So it's more expensive than a Kawasaki Z900, for example,
Wow. Wow.
for a scooter
Wow.
that can't drive more than 100 kilometers
Wow.
on one go.
That's crazy. All right, Chris. That was an interesting chat. I think discussing car manufacturers here, there, the future, some of the products that we have. I think next time when you come down, we should try getting you in the driver's seat, and maybe we can have a nice high performance car that you can't
Everybody,
drive.
you're gonna be like, just go, just go. I'll be like, let him go first. No rush. Come on.
Yeah, I think that'll be an interesting podcast. You driving on Indian streets.
Honestly,
I think we'll save that for next time.
let,
That'll be
let,
fun.
let me tell you just one thing that's very like unusual for us coming here. You guys honk all the time, right? If
That's right.
someone honks when you're in, say, Paris, this is gonna end up in a fight, right? They'd be like, "What the hell do you want?" And people are just gonna. Here, people are so relaxed, though. That's
Right.
quite
I
fun.
mean,
That's
it's
cool.
just, it's like our thumbs are stuck to the horn here in India.
Uh-huh.
You just can't get it off when you're driving.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was driving with you yesterday, and there was nothing. No one was here, and then you had to.
Shit, hold on, hold
honk.
on. Yeah, okay, huh. You were
Yeah,
driving
the-
with me yesterday, yeah.
The honking, yeah. This is really something else. And you were driving and talking to this guy, and everybody's got a smile on their faces. There would be fights like all the time.
There you go. That's the highest selling EV. That's one of the highest selling EVs. That's an MG Windsor.
Yeah, I've never heard of these.
Yeah, that's pretty popular here. It's named something else. That's an MG2. That's MG Hector.
Yeah.
That's a nice car.
Mm-mm. No, we don't have them.
All right, Chris. That was a very interesting chat. It was great to have you, and I had an absolute ball talking to you,
Yeah,
discussing
thank you.
stuff. And I think, like I said, next time you're going to be in the driver's seat, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah?
Awesome. Thank
All right,
you.
guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do subscribe. You can find him on Instagram, Dries Abdi. You can give him a look, and let's catch you on the next one.